it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging.
Some of you may remember Tiana Wallace, the daughter of Biggie Smalls, like this. But this is Tiana today, a 19-year-old woman with the same drive and ambition as her legendary dad. When graphic details of Big's unsolved death were released last month without prior warning to his family, understandably their old wounds were reopened. Now Tiana takes us on a trip down memory lane to remind fans of her father's life rather than his death, and tells us how she plans to continue his legacy. How do people react to you in Brooklyn? Being the daughter of Biggie Smalls.
If they do recognize me, it's just like yelling like, hey, you know, but usually it's just, you're Biggie's daughter, aren't you? I'm like, yeah.
You are at school at Penn State, studying business, right?
Yes.
What are your career aspirations right now?
If I wasn't a business major, I would be a fashion major. I do want to open a boutique. I do want it to be in Brooklyn because of my dad, and it's everything in the store has to do with my dad in some sort of way.
Your brother has been following in your dad's footsteps as well.
Yeah,
he's a rapper.
He just turned 16 in October, and he's always been dabbling in it, like having fun with it, but he's good. Like, he can rap.
Does he have that Biggie voice?
Saw him in the summer, you know, we spent like a week or so together, and his voice wasn't deep, and then he's releasing these songs on his Twitter, and I'm listening to them, I'm like, I called him like, who is that? It's hit.
Do you rap?
No.
No, you never tried?
I did one time.
And what happened?
It was horrible. I can't rap. If somebody ghostwrote for me, I would do it. I would rap. Because I think I have that stage presence. You know, I could probably rap, but oh my gosh, writing is hard to do. I'm a fashion person. Let me stick to my fashion.
If your dad was here today, what are 3 questions that you'd love to ask him?
That's hard. I don't even think I would ask him a question. I think I would just go somewhere with him. I would just like hang out with him and just talk. I would probably cook for him, and we'd probably play 2K or something.
So when you're out with your friends, maybe you're at a party and, you know, Juicy comes on.
I hide.
Do you?
It's happened so many times before. I just leave. Because it's awkward. It's awkward.
Is it a good feeling though?
It is, because I see people having fun and dancing and enjoying it, but I just feel like I know everyone's looking at me because they're expecting me to make some sort of reaction to it.
Live from Bed-Stuy, son, the livest one, representing BK to the fullest.
A few kind of landmark spots around here where your dad used to hang out a lot.
That's just me, the B.I.G. Competition river ever since 13. Used to steal calls, I was considered a thief until I started hustling on Fulton Street.
Your dad's house is right around the corner, so let's make that the first stop.
Okay.
Cool. 226 St. James Place, where your dad grew up. And he spent most of his life here.
Yeah. It just feels comfortable. It feels like home. It doesn't feel like a strange place to me.
When was the last time you were here?
I'm gonna say it had to be like 6, maybe 5. That's the earliest memory I have, and it wasn't when he was still living here, it was when my uncle was living here.
What do you think your dad was like as a teenager?
Wild and fun and ambitious.
So let's check out across the street, the Orient Temple,
Where he used to perform.
where it all started. I mean, how impressed are you by your dad's skills?
I'm impressed. Listen, I say this all the time. The older I get, the more I get impressed. People breathe like us. Picture me being scared of a person that breathes the same air as me. I mean, if you really listen to it, it means a lot. You gotta really listen to the song. That's one of my favorite songs on Life After Death.
What do you think about the styles that he used to rock, since you're so into fashion?
I know you guys love Tyga and all these people that they got it from my dad. It's like all the Versace and the gold chains and the Jesus piece. That was my dad.
That's where it started, yeah. And this is the barber shop where your dad used to come and get his hair cut.
He wore hats, a lot of hats. But I've seen some high top fades and he was like 16, 15, you know, the normal fads that were going on.
Your dad obviously was very close to a lot of people Diddy, Lil Kim, Lil C's Junior Mafia. Do you stay in touch with a lot of those guys?
I do speak to a lot of them. Puffy, I do keep in contact with him. Obviously, Faith is my stepmom, so I keep in contact with her. And Junior Mafia has been consistent in my life for as long as I can think of.
Now, your mom told you once met Nas.
I met Nas when I was a baby. I don't really listen to Nas, but she's like, Nas, I loved him. And I'm like, really? Yeah, your dad got him out here. And I grabbed you and I went and I was there and I just gave you to your dad and was like, hello. Okay. Anytime I hear someone from Brooklyn, obviously I think of my dad because I think that's where they kind of try and build off of. That's, a good foundation. I love Jay-Z. I love everything about Jay-Z.
Have you met him before?
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a long time since the Notorious premiere, but he knows me. My dad being who he is, I feel like it's a big name to hold up to. So it gives me more motivation to be as big as he was. Basically, if I feel like I can't let him down at this point. My goal is to not be Biggie's daughter and to be considered Tiana Wallace. Be whatever I choose to be.